You're watching 7, South Florida's #1 news source. This is 7 News at 4.
Tracking the tropics off the top here at 4 o'clock, an area of activity to our east could be a real rainmaker for us here in South Florida. Good afternoon to all of you. That system over the Bahamas expected to give us quite a drenching.
And that's not the only thing we're keeping our eyes on. Chief Meteorologist Phil Farrow live in the Weather Center watching a couple of things. Phil?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Here are your headlines. Indeed, there's an area of low pressure over the Bahamas, going to dump a lot of rain across South Florida. And we're also tracking a brand new tropical depression in the far eastern Atlantic. But let's begin with the activity closest to home. Look at all the cloud cover sitting right across the Bahamas this afternoon. The National Hurricane Center is giving it a 30% chance that it could become a depression or a tropical storm over the next 5 days. But look at the close-up view here. There's the alleged center of circulation. Now, the northern extent is exposed to the elements due to some very strong upper-level winds, so that's going to keep it in check. What we're going to get, however, is plenty of rain. Right now, a lot of it from Abaco to Grand Bahama and moving into the east coast of Florida. As a matter of fact, Palm Beach are already getting some of it. The same with northeastern Broward County. Now, here is what we can expect tonight. As that low nears South Florida, first, obviously, Palm Beach with the rain, then Broward, then Miami-Dade, eventually the Keys. It'll be stormy, breezy, the possibility of some street flooding. Now, by tomorrow, the low may just stall out across southwest Florida. That means additional rainfall here across the area. As a matter of fact, our in-house model run here over the next 3 to 4 days suggests that we can get anywhere between 3 to 4 inches of rain before it's all said and done. And this is not the only feature that we are watching. All the way out in the far eastern Atlantic, we have a brand new tropical depression number 6, sitting right off of the Cape Verde Islands. A little bit later on, I'll let you know exactly where it is headed. I'll be back in about 15 minutes.
All right, a news alert here at 4 o'clock. A South Florida man convicted of second-degree murder in the death of his wife is finding out his fate, and he found out just a few minutes ago. 7's Eugene Ramirez is live at the Metro Justice Building in Miami with the sentencing handed down for Clifford Friend. Eugene.
It was a bit of a surprise for those in the courtroom. 58-year-old Clifford Friend sentenced to life in prison. And this was a bit of a surprise because the sentencing guidelines from 1994, which is when the crime happened, actually called for a maximum of 22 years. But the judge went ahead and went beyond that. And she had some harsh words for Clifford Friend. She says that he committed a monstrous act, dumping the body of his wife in the ocean like she was a sack of trash. Now, he was charged with first-degree murder in the death of his wife, Lynn Friend, who mysteriously vanished in 1994. However, he wasn't indicted until 2012, and he was convicted this past July, 20 years after the disappearance. However, he was convicted of second-degree murder, the lesser included crime there. Now, then 35-year-old Lynn had just gotten custody of the couple's 5-year-old son and went to retrieve a child support check from her husband's house when jurors found that he strangled her before dumping her body in the Atlantic Ocean with the help of a friend who testified against him. Now, police created a reenactment video depicting when customs officials came upon the boat thinking that it may have been involved in drug trafficking activity, and they said, those custom officials that is, that they saw this man dumping something overboard. Now, the pawn shop owner from Lighthouse Point has had the support of him and the victim's son, now in his 20s, this whole time, as well as the support of his current wife. We heard from both of them today in court for the first time.
I've been asked why I never questioned my dad about any of this, many times by many people, and I never felt the need to. He raised me and taught me right from wrong and showed me what it means to be responsible and honest.
Cliff has never had any criminal history. He is an outstanding citizen, a phenomenal father, and a wonderful husband. Cliff is an honest, professional, and caring individual who I am proud to call my husband and my best friend.
Now, Clifford Friend did not speak in court today. His attorney saying that he advised him against it because they do plan on appealing this case. We will have more on this story coming up on 7 News at 5, and you'll also hear from the judge and those harsh words straight from her mouth coming up on 7 News at 5. For now, we're live in Miami. I'm Eugene Ramirez, 7 News.
A disturbing discovery in Fort Lauderdale. Police finding the body of 35-year-old Otis Blue inside of a home along Northeast 11th Avenue at Flagler Drive. During a well-being check, Blue's former domestic partner, 38-year-old Maurice Goodman, taken into custody. Now, police say Goodman filed a missing persons report for Blue the day before he was found dead. Friends describing his behavior as suspicious. He's now being held without bond. A Palm Beach County cab driver tricked and then robbed at gunpoint. The victim says it all started when he picked up a woman near Boynton Beach. She told the driver her boyfriend would pay him when they got to Miami. When the driver came to an end there along that route near Northwest 12th Avenue and 103rd Street, the cabbie says the woman's boyfriend pretended to pay him while another man armed with a gun came up from behind and demanded money.
He told me, give me all the money you got. I said, I don't got no money. He told me, I'm going to shoot you out now.
The men taking nearly $500 and 2 cell phones. If you have any information here, call Crime Stoppers 305-471-TIPS.
A day of remembrance across the country as a nation pauses to remember the lives lost in the attacks on this day 13 years ago. The morning marked by moments of silence, speeches, and bells to remember the nearly 3,000 people who died.
Reporter Polo Sandoval with a look at how the nation is remembering this 9/11.
It's been 13 years since the families of the nearly 3,000 people killed in New York, Washington, and Pennsylvania lost their loved ones. The country once again coming together for solemn tributes to the fallen. In Manhattan, each of the names now engraved on a memorial were read out loud. They were mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles.
I'm honored to read names today in honor of my uncle, John Robert Cruz, who was in the North Tower.
The tributes broken up by 6 moments of silence, one for each plane that crashed and one for each World Trade Center tower that fell. President Barack Obama delivered a speech at the Pentagon.
A time that has brought us pain, but also taught us endurance and strength. A time of rebuilding, of resilience, and of renewal.
Bells rung in remembrance in this Pennsylvania field, the site where the 4th hijacked flight crashed.
Hope people remember how on 9/11 we all came together as a country, and they are paying their respects, but it's not a sad day, it's just a day of remembrance.
Symbols of solidarity in every corner of the country. They're lasting reminders of the nation's promise to never forget. In Washington, Polo Sandoval, 7 News.
And stepped up security at airports across the country and South Florida on this day as we mark 9/11. Coming up ahead at 4:30, how officials are making sure people stay safe.
New details in the Ray Rice domestic violence case today as the NFL hires a former FBI director to examine how it pursued and handled evidence. And there is speculation on that, too. Steve Shapiro there in the Plex with more on all of this. Steve?
It's a good move by the NFL to attempt to clear itself or the perception it mishandled the situation. Reports the NFL office had a copy of this tape 3 months ago of Rice hitting his future wife in an elevator in February. The NFL has hired former FBI director Robert Mueller to look into how the NFL handled the case. Commissioner Roger Goodell suspended Rice indefinitely, but not until the tape was made public just this past Monday. Yesterday in North Carolina, Goodell continued to defend the NFL.
Well, that's always what you want to make sure is that they understand that we're trying to do the right thing at all times. When we make a mistake, we're honest about it and we're open about it and say we're going to work at it, do better. We were 2 weeks ago. That's when we improved our policies in this area, and we have more work to do. And we're going to keep listening, keep learning, and making sure that we're doing the right thing for all our fans.
Rice's former team, the Baltimore Ravens, play a game tonight, the second without Ray Rice. And at 5 o'clock, we'll have reaction from Ravens owner Steve Bisciotti. In the Newsplex, Steve Shapiro, 7 News.
All right, Steve, a lot of people around the world right now on verdict watch in the case of Oscar Pistorius, a judge ruling the South African track star not guilty of premeditated murder. But the former Olympian may still face a charge of culpable homicide, a charge with a maximum penalty of 15 years behind bars. Pistorius on trial for shooting and killing his girlfriend Reva Steenkamp last year. He claims he thought she was an intruder. The judge is expected to deliver her verdict on the second piece of that case when the trial resumes tomorrow.
Well, as you know, President Obama addressing the nation last night, laying out his plan to the American people for dealing with the militant group ISIS.
And he vows to defeat the terrorists no matter where they hide. Mike Emanuel reports.
My fellow Americans,
in a speech lasting about 15 minutes, President Obama spoke in the strongest terms yet about just what the United States is prepared to do when it comes to combating and defeating the terror group ISIS.
our objective is clear. We will degrade and ultimately destroy ISIL through a comprehensive and sustained counterterrorism strategy.
While announcing the expansion of airstrikes and asking for more money from Congress to help arm the Syrian rebels, the president was quick to add that U.S. troops would not be returning to the ground in a combat role, although 475 more military personnel will be deployed to the region in a support role.
American power can make a decisive difference, but we cannot do for Iraqis what they must do for themselves.
Many Republicans who for weeks have been criticizing the administration for what they felt was the lack of a coherent strategy were relieved the president was finally talking tough when it comes to dealing with ISIS, but admit they're still apprehensive.
The status quo is unacceptable. So all I know is that although I'm very, very skeptical, I'm willing to give it a try.
In his speech last night, the president also said his administration is actively building an international coalition to take the fight to ISIS. Secretary of State John Kerry predicts more than 40 countries will eventually join the effort, but so far, less than a dozen have said they are publicly on board. On Capitol Hill, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
7 News just getting started. A reunion made possible by South Florida deputies after a young girl's therapy dog went missing. We'll have this story ahead at 4:30.
Also, a battle to get rid of a very chunky, pesky problem now crossing county lines. Why these slime balls can pose a threat to us.
Mayhem in the Midwest as several states are being taken by storm and snow.
Wow, it's almost hard to believe. Then coming up tonight at 5, a day on the water taking a terrifying turn, full throttle as a boat slams into a seawall. We're coming back.
Time now for Fast Track Traffic.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let's take a first look at the Thursday ride. We're starting off just north of downtown Miami. I-95 at the 836-395 interchange. Northbound traffic heading toward the top of your screen. I-95 accident-free through Dade County. The ride on the northbound I is currently timing out at 17 minutes, even in the mainline lanes between downtown Miami and the Golden Glades. No accidents on the northbound side. Southbound, it is going to be a little slow on the way toward Northwest 95th Street. Those are residual delays from an earlier crash. Here is the Palmetto Expressway, Northwest 74th Street. Northbound traffic is coming toward you. So far, so good. On the 826 northbound here in Medley and continuing that way through Hialeah, heading up toward I-75. Largely moving at speed on the northbound side. Southbound 826, typical delays through Doral. 36th Street down to the Dolphin. The Palmetto and the Dolphin are both accident-free. We're looking at South Dixie Highway in Cutler Bay. This is southbound traffic coming toward the bottom of your screen. We are just south of the mall, and I want to show this to you because we have had some rain coming down in the southern end of Dade County. That's going to slow your ride down a little bit on South Dixie. Let's go to Broward County. Phil was telling you a few minutes ago about rain in northeastern Broward County. Here is some of it right now along I-95 at Hillsborough Boulevard. Not slowing things down much on the I in Broward. It is largely moving at speed both ways. Reno Grant with traffic. You're watching 7 News, first at 4.
Create your own paradise with Tommy Bahama Month at Bears Furniture. Half off all Tommy Bahama indoor and outdoor furniture, including Royal Kahala, Ocean Club, Island Traditions, and more. Shop exclusive Tommy Bahama products available only at Bears. Plus, enter to win a $5,000 Tommy Bahama room makeover when you visit any Bears showroom. You can't buy Tommy Bahama for less anywhere, guaranteed. Tommy Bahama Month on now, only at Bears.
It all comes down to this. Danny Walker at the plate. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs.
Come on, Danny, this is it.
Walker digs in.
Really wish I could finish this, but I'm so tired. Gotta get up in a few hours.
Stream your favorite movies with UVerse high-speed internet. With AT&T, the UVerse revolves around you.
Escape to Resorts World Bimini at a special rate. Fall into a sea of savings with day trip and one-way cruises to Bimini, Bahamas. Your experience starts in Miami aboard Bimini Superfast with live gaming action, multiple restaurants and bars, live entertainment, and more. 2 hours later, arrive at Resorts World Bimini as the fun and excitement continues. Book a villa from $159 per night and get up to $450 resort credit. Book your getaway today at rwbimini.com.
Convicted swindler Scott Rothstein bought expensive things with stolen money. He even bought a governor.
Rothstein boasted about contributing huge sums of money to the campaign of then Governor Charlie Crist and the influence it gave him over judicial appointments.
Now cooperating with prosecutors, Scott Rothstein admits he gave hundreds of thousands in campaign cash to control Crist's appointment of key state judges. Charlie Crist, for governor, for sale.
Deco Dayside is brought to you in part by Concord Career College.
Hail, high water, fast-moving winds, all of it leaving parts of this country storm-struck. See a bit of the damage right there. Tornadoes touching down in the Midwest.
And some are getting the cold shoulder already from Mother Nature. Only September. Alexis Rivera with that.
Heavy rains flooding streets in Indiana. Drivers fighting to get through high water. The fire department responding to at least 7 water rescues. Flash floods also causing delays near St. Louis. The floods shutting down roads and schools.
All of a sudden, the water just started coming. The creek swelled up, and the water just started coming all down the steps and everything.
Weather stations in Nebraska tracking their rainfall at a rate of nearly 6 inches an hour. Drivers stranded, some even reporting golf ball-sized hail.
She said she was floating and the water was coming into her vehicle, getting her shoes and her clothes wet.
In Ohio, winds making significant damage to homes and buildings. Down trees blocking many streets. The storms prompting tornado warnings and reports of at least 4 tornado touchdowns. And parts of Colorado already seeing snow. Denver getting snowfall in the mountain area. The area expecting more as a cold front comes in. Meanwhile, in the waters near Grand Rapids, Michigan, surfers rescuing a kayaker struggling as intense waves and rip currents form off the coast.
He needs help. Why don't we toss him a rope here?
The surfers getting the kayaker up on one of their boards, bringing him ashore.
The force of the wave ripped me out of my boat, so went for a little swim. Rip current's really strong today, but that's why we got a bunch of people out here to help each other out.
Meteorologists say the storms could continue to push eastward. Areas of low pressure and a cold front could mean more dangerous conditions. In the Satellite Center, Alexis Rivera, 7 News.
All right, still to come tonight on 7 News, a vicious attack on the subway. And somebody pulls out a machete and starts swinging.
Ooh, plus something suspicious causing a huge headache for passengers on board a flight.
Don't miss the Children's Trust Family Expo, Saturday, September 13th from 10 to 5.
Every 2014 Hyundai is on clearance. Don't miss the lowest payments of the year. Lease from $149 a month or 0 down. This week during Hyundai's model year-end clearance sale. Now get up to $3,000 cash back. Santa Fe has more safety and warranty, more horsepower and more space. Hyundai's on sale. Lease for only $149 a month or 0 down. Save thousands this week during the final days of Hyundai's model year-end clearance sale.
Disney on Ice presents Worlds of Fantasy.
Pick up a buy 3 tickets, get 1 free savings coupon at participating Metro PCS locations. Playing BB&T Center and American Airlines Arena September 18th through 28th.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Now get 2 rooms and a hall of carpet for just $99.
Call 1-800-STEAMER.
Make tomorrow awesome with Xfinity Internet from Comcast. Call 1-800-800-8430 today. And surf, stream, and download with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months. Xfinity gives your whole family consistently reliable speeds. Plus, stay safe with Constant Guard, the most comprehensive online protection suite of any internet provider, included at no extra cost. Call 1-800-800-8430 today and get speed, security, and savings from Xfinity for an amazing value. Ask how to get in-home Wi-Fi from Xfinity that's 12 times faster than UVerse. Or get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months. It's all backed by our 30-day money-back Comcast customer guarantee, so it's risk-free. Tomorrow could be awesome if you call today. Call 1-800-800-8430. That's 1-800-800-8430. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
A routine is a dangerous thing. It lulls you into a false sense of living. And there's not enough caffeine in the world to slap you out of that REM cycle. Fortunately, they make very effective alarm clocks. Wake up. Test drive one.
Current non-GM lessees. Lease this 2014 CTS for around $429 per month. Visit your Cadillac dealer for details.
Time now for your First at 4 forecast with Chief Meteorologist Phil Farrow.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This is the very latest as far as that brand new tropical depression in the far eastern Atlantic. 35-mile-an-hour winds, about 870 miles west of the Cape Verde Islands. Now, it's pretty far away from South Florida. As a matter of fact, there we are. It's about 3,000 miles away. There is the brand new depression right in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean now. Where is it headed? Well, it will continue to head towards the northwest. It's going to gain a little bit of strength, possibly becoming Tropical Storm Edward over the next few days. And then in the long run, it could become a Category 1 system Tuesday at around 8 a.m. And by then, the closest land will be Bermuda. Right now, it appears that it's going to bother no one and just be a worry for the marine interests. Now, closer to home, away from TD6, we have an area of low pressure sitting just offshore. The National Hurricane Center is giving it a 30% chance that it could become a depression or even a tropical storm over the next 5 days. Now look at this. What it has is a lot of rainfall already moving in across Palm Beach, Broward County. Look at Miami-Dade with heavy rainfall across the Everglades in through Homestead. This is all an area of disturbed weather here as well. And we're going to see more of this rain over the next 24 to 48 hours. And if this low stalls on the west side of Florida here, we may see rainfall from South Florida all the way through Cuba, at least through the weekend. Now, here's what the models are suggesting. Only one model takes it to Mexico. Most of them right now recurve it back into the Gulf states sometime by Tuesday. For us, I think it's just going to be a rainmaker. Coastal storms tonight, seas of 1 to 2 feet, Biscayne Bay smooth. For you throughout the Florida Keys again, expect some rainfall. Coastal waters with a light chop. Next high tide 11:19 tonight, 12:23 for the lower Keys. Sunset 8:11. So for this evening, plenty of cloudiness, the possibility of some strong thunderstorms. Overnight lows will be in the 70s to right around 80. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, and it could be one of those days where it's going to be raining from morning to evening, especially if that big shield of rain just gets stuck over South Florida. And in the long run, again, whatever that system does, if it stays stuck across Southwest Florida, we could see rain all the way through Monday. That's your 7 on 7. 7 News will be right back.
Get new flooring for 2 rooms, less than $15 per month. Get new flooring for your entire home for less than $59 per month. We're offering 0% financing for up to 36 months on Mohawk Flooring this weekend. Get it right.
In every job he's ever had, Rick Scott has ducked the truth. While his company was committing Medicare fraud, I don't recall. He pled the fifth 75 times and wouldn't even confirm his signature.
It looks like my signature, but what's your question?
And now he's doing it again.
But I don't think you're answering my question.
Rick Scott slashed education, raised property taxes, and gave massive tax breaks to corporations. No wonder he doesn't want to answer. Rick Scott, just too shady for the Sunshine State.
Recently, there's been a recall on metal-on-metal hip implants by various manufacturers. Some signs of problems may include pain, swelling, grinding, popping, or even loss of function. Even without these symptoms, some serious health risks may occur. My name is Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. If you've had any of these implants installed, you may be entitled to compensation for pain and suffering. Please call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE for a consultation.
Le Cordon Bleu is achievement. It's a culinary school that prepares more graduates nationally than any other and focuses on hands-on training to prepare for the culinary industry. Le Cordon Bleu, the #1 culinary school where you can prepare for a promising future as a professional cook. Call now for a career guide, 800-219-CHEF. That's 800-219-2433. Or text COOK MIA to 94576.
The factory said sell it all this weekend. Mohawk Flooring is on sale. Up to 70% savings. And get 0% financing for up to 36 months.
Dolphin carpet and tile. Get it right.
It's sexy. It's outrageous. It's the return of Fox Tuesday.
Heard you're good with your mouth.
What? With the season premieres of New Girl with Jessica Biel.
That's me naked. That's me with someone I thought was Larry King.
And The Mindy Project.
Just be submissive for once.
I am not that kind of Asian.
It all starts Tuesday, September 16th on Fox.
Two best friends and the disaster that broke up their friendship. Next intermission.
Tonight at 7 on 7.
Hey there, Kanye West ran into some trouble down under. The rapper was rushed to the ER after getting a severe headache. West was playing basketball when he came down with a migraine. He was taken to a Melbourne hospital where doctors determined, except for just being Kanye West, Kanye was fine. Fine enough that he still hit the stage for a concert that very same night. Iggy Azalea could have something in common with Kim Kardashian other than her booty. Word is Iggy has a sex tape. The head of the company that released Kim's sex tape says he's seen the footage and he wants to offer Iggy millions. Only problem? It's not her. At least Iggy's lawyers say it's not her and they're threatening to sue. But then again, why would they sue if it's not Iggy? You may have thought that Katy Perry needed to have her head examined for dating Playboy John Mayer. Well, it turns out she needed help after dating him. Perry dated Mayer after her divorce from Russell Brand. The breakup could have sent her into a tailspin, but Katy says she saved herself by talking to a shrink and learning a little bit about herself. Meds may have helped too, but Katy didn't mention that part. Khloe Kardashian is done officially speaking French. The reality star has broken up with rapper boyfriend French Montana. TMZ says Khloe couldn't handle their relationship because she's still not over Lamar Odom, her ex-husband. Then again, Lamar's as tall as a building, so it's not going to be easy getting over him. Tonight on The Drive, we're on the eve of Dolphin Tale 2, and so the next logical step, Dolphinado. Yeah, the stars are having some fun with the creative plot twist. The forecast calls for Deco tonight at 7:30. I'm Shireen Sandoval. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Shireen.
That is 7 News First at 4. I'm Mike Marza.
I'm Lynn Martinez. 7 News at 4:30 is straight ahead.
Miami Lakes Auto Mall construction reduction. 1,000 cars must go now.
If you love your pet this much, this much, this much, or even this much, then your pet deserves Pet Supermarket. You'll find the most knowledgeable associates, the name brands you know and trust, and the best toys and treats. And you'll find that your pet loves Pet Supermarket this much. Pet who? Pet Supermarket.
At Purdue, we pride ourselves on the freshness of our chicken. Well, not that kind of fresh. But I can guarantee the freshness of our chicken because we go beyond what the USDA requires with extra inspections in American family-owned farms, refrigerated trucks that deliver daily, and everywhere in between. That's what it takes to bring your family a fresh-tasting chicken. Purdue, we believe in a better chicken.
That looks terrible.
Gorilla Clear Repair.
Of course.
Gorilla Clear Repair provides a high-tack adhesive with durable, weather-resistant backing that conforms for a crystal clear fix.
Good work, hon. While you were fixing the grill, I repaired my book, your phone screen, the car taillight, and the kids' inflatable jump house.
Nice.
Gorilla Clear Repair for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Convicted swindler Scott Rothstein bought expensive things with stolen money. He even bought a governor.
Rothstein boasted about contributing huge sums of money to the campaign of then Governor Charlie Crist and the influence it gave him over judicial appointments.
Now cooperating with prosecutors, Scott Rothstein admits he gave hundreds of thousands in campaign cash to control Crist's appointment of key state judges. Charlie Crist, for governor, for sale.
This is 7 News at 4:30.
Now at 4:30, a little girl and her much-needed pet together again, all thanks to some deputies who went above and beyond the call of duty here. Hello again, everybody. The 6-year-old's therapy dog going missing.
But some BSO deputies making sure that that wouldn't be the case for long. 7's Jeff Lennox live in Oakland Park with more. Jeff?
Yeah, Mike Lynn, this is a story with a happy ending. This service dog escaping from its home right here behind me last Friday, and BSO stepping in to reunite that dog with the little girl.
The loss of both home and the dog that helps her cope may have been more than she could have handled.
Overcome with emotion, Tiffany Kaskian reads from a letter she sent Broward Sheriff's deputies, thanking them for reuniting Sam, the French bulldog, with her daughter, 6-year-old Madeline. Maddie diagnosed with autism at a young age. Sam acts as her service dog, always near her side.
If God forbid she did get away from us and she did get lost, she wouldn't be able to identify herself. And that's always been scary, and that's why he's so important to us.
Sam escaped from his Oakland Park home last Friday, an especially tough day for the family.
Her father is a disabled veteran, and we were at the VA all day. We went and picked up a certified letter and found out that our home is going through foreclosure. And we came home and our front door was wide open. And he was gone.
Sam got loose. Tiffany called 911. 3 deputies with BSO answering the call for help. Deputies Tally Brown, Bob Centillion, and Michael Leiden responded.
It hits home to me. I have an autistic son. So when we got the call, she was very frantic. I met with her, asked her if she had a picture of the dog.
Within less than an hour, these men in green found the pup. Sam, suffering from heat exhaustion, trying to cool off underneath the car.
He was wore out, very spent. I had to pick him up, carry him to the car. He was very hot, overheated.
After some water and a cool bath, Sam back home healthy and safe.
This is wonderful. I mean, we put a smile on a little girl's face, you know. I hope I could do this several more times for the remainder of my career.
Maddie's best friend back by her side, and this mom can rest a little easier knowing her daughter's furry companion is back where he belongs.
If these officers hadn't saved his life, she wouldn't have had that support.
And great to see those two back together. Now that Sam is back home safe, the family says they'll take extra precautions to make sure he doesn't escape again. We're live in Oakland Park tonight. Jeff Lennox, 7 News.
Well, as you just saw in Jeff's live shot there, it is raining right now, and we're tracking the tropics. South Florida getting some rain in the area, and the activity over the Bahamas is expected to leave us drenched. Chief Meteorologist Phil Farrow in the Weather Center with that. Phil.
And good afternoon, everyone. Here are your headlines. Indeed, area of low pressure over the Bahamas. We are going to get a lot of rain here across South Florida, and there's also a brand new tropical depression in the far eastern Atlantic. But let's begin with the area closest to home. It is an area of low pressure sitting right over the Bahamas. The National Hurricane Center is giving it a 30% chance that it could become a depression or a tropical storm over the next 5 days. But let's take a good close-up view. There's the alleged center of circulation, and notice that the northern half, mostly clear skies. We have some very strong upper level winds, and that should keep it in check. However, it's still going to dump a lot of rain. Right now, cloudiness from Abaco Island through Grand Bahamas, and the rain already making it onshore here across Palm Beach, Broward County, Miami-Dade, and that's what we can expect tonight. The area of low pressure will get closer to us, rain across the Tri-County area. This is going to be very slow moving, stormy, breezy, with the possibility of some street flooding. Now by tomorrow, some of the models are hinting that it could get stuck here across southwest Florida, and that could even mean more rain for us. Our in-house model did a run here at least over the next 3 to 4 days. And look at the rainfall totals here, anywhere between 3 to almost 4 inches of rain by the time it's all said and done. So we're not just watching this, there's also a brand new depression in the far eastern Atlantic coming up in weather. I'll let you know exactly where it is headed. That in about 10 minutes.
W. David Bauer.
Yvonne Luis Carpio Bautista.
Crowds gathering at the mostly rebuilt World Trade Center site to remember the 9/11 terror attacks that claimed thousands of lives 13 years ago today. Meantime, officials across the country on high alert, stepping up security at airports, including right here in South Florida. 7's Omar Lewis is live at Miami International Airport with that today. Omar?
And these police agencies are taking this very seriously out here to make sure that nothing goes wrong today. I'm going to step out of the way here. You can see they've set up a command center where these officers are randomly stopping drivers, asking them questions, and making sure they have nothing suspicious in their car. On the 13th anniversary of the attacks on 9/11, security is heightened at Miami International Airport.
I do feel that there's been an increase in security. I think they're very thorough.
On Thursday, Miami-Dade Police, Customs and Border Protection, and TSA were slowing traffic and stopping drivers on their way in.
We're looking for any traffic violations, any narcotics violations, and any immigration issues.
Bomb dogs were also on hand to sniff out any trouble. Drivers say they're just fine with the holdup.
I think it's great. I think it's great that they're prepared. I was just saying how nice it was that they already had a plan and everything like that.
The scene was the same over at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. The increased security has become a fact of life in the 13 years since 19 terrorists killed nearly 3,000 people and changed the way of life for travelers.
I travel a lot, but I think that it's just something that you have to go through to make sure that other people are safe, and it doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I don't like waiting in lines, but now that I have TSA pre-check and things like that, so it's been not too difficult.
And these officers tell us they'll be out here till about 10 o'clock tonight. So if you have any plans of making it over to the airport, you'll want to give yourself some extra time to make way for these delays. For now, we're live in Miami. Omar Lewis, 7 News.
Going cross country this afternoon, tragedy in a Michigan neighborhood when flames broke out there, a fire tearing right through a Detroit home. A couple was sleeping inside. The husband waking up to hear the dog Jersey crying and scratching at the door. The man entering the basement to check on her when he noticed the blaze. The couple able to get out, but sadly Jersey did not.
And the heat was so thick. It was like an oven, but I could hear my dog in there. And there's nothing I could have done for her.
Firefighters say if Jersey had not woken the couple when she did, the basement door would have caught fire and trapped them. The flames started when a surge protector behind a television caught fire. That home will take about a year to rebuild.
A machete attack caught on camera here in Illinois. 2 brothers waiting for a train in Chicago when a group approaches them, taking the younger brother's hat. The older brother coming to his aid when one of the men begins to swing a machete. The group running off, leaving the older brother with a gash in his head. He was taken to the hospital, required 31 stitches. 4 adults and 3 juveniles have been charged in this attack.
A scare in the air for passengers on a United Airlines flight in Texas. Hazmat crews called in to investigate a suspicious-looking powdery substance on the plane traveling from Mobile, Alabama to Houston. And once the plane landed, passengers were told to stay on board, and the terminal gate was shut down for a short time during that investigation. Authorities giving the all-clear finally after testing that powdery substance and determined it was powdered aspirin, but taking precautions, obviously.
All right, coming up tonight from your news station, they're big, they're slimy, they pose a major threat. Yucky. How South Florida officials are battling a very pesky problem crossing county lines.
Chief concerns for one South Florida city after the top cop suddenly steps down. Now questions about crime statistics.
And a Texas girl being hailed a hero after her grandmother nearly drowns in a swimming pool. And she's just a little girl.
Time now for Fast Track Traffic.
Hello once again, everybody. We're starting off with a look at I-95 in downtown Miami. Northbound traffic heading toward the top of your screen. There are no delays on the northbound I between downtown and Northwest 95th Street. Then it starts to slow down in the northbound mainline lanes between 79th and the Golden Glades. This is I-95 at Northwest 103rd Street. We're zoomed in on southbound traffic. This is traffic heading toward Miami Shores, El Portal. A crash already off to the right shoulder, but residual delays from that crash are starting back near the Golden Glades. Here's the Palmetto Expressway, Northwest 58th Street. Let's start with the traffic on your left. That is northbound traffic. The Palmetto, by the way, is accident-free. Northbound congestion starting at Okeechobee Road, continuing all the way through Hialeah up to I-75. Southbound is on your right. You can see things are starting to slow down at 58th, and those delays continuing through all of Doral down to the Dolphin. The Dolphin is also accident-free, pretty busy on the westbound Dolphin between 27th Avenue and Red Road. Let's go to Broward County. This is I-95 at Sunrise Boulevard. A bit overcast here in Fort Lauderdale, and if you follow the northbound I closer to the Broward Palm Beach line, it's actually going to be a little slow through Pompano, Deerfield, and for that matter into Boca as well because of the rain. Other Broward County expressways accident-free. Hope you have a safe ride. Reno Grant with traffic. You're watching 7 News at 4:30.
Now, get flooring for your entire home for less than $59 per month with 0% financing, incredible savings, up to 70% this weekend.
Dolphin Carpet and Tile, get it right.
It all comes down to this. Danny Walker at the plate, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs.
Come on, Danny, this is it.
Walker digs in.
Really wish I could finish this, but I'm so tired. Gotta get up in a few hours.
Stream your favorite movies with UVerse high-speed internet. With AT&T, the UVerse revolves around you.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that playing cards with Kenny Rogers gets old pretty fast?
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. What? You get it, don't
I
you?
get the gist, yeah.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Escape to Resorts World Bimini at a special rate. Fall into a sea of savings with day trip and one-way cruises to Bimini, Bahamas. Your experience starts in Miami aboard Bimini Superfast with live gaming action, multiple restaurants and bars, live entertainment, and more. 2 hours later, arrive at Resorts World Bimini as the fun and excitement continues. Book a villa from $159 per night and get up to $450 resort credit. Book your getaway today at rwbimini.com.
Get new flooring for 2 rooms, less than $15 per month. Get new flooring for your entire home for less than $59 per month. We're offering 0% financing for up to 36 months on Mohawk Flooring this weekend.
Get it right.
Deco Dayside is brought to you by Goya.
A little girl being called a lifesaver after saving her grandmother there from drowning in a swimming pool, giving us a practice stroke, teaching us how it all went down. That great-grandmother struggling to stay afloat.
But this smart little girl knew exactly what to do, and she did it. Dinah Diaz with their story.
Yeah, she's my guardian angel.
She's only 5 years old, and Carly McGee from San Antonio, Texas knows what it's like to be a hero. That's because she saved her great-grandmother from nearly drowning. Little Carly learned how to swim when she was just 3 years old.
Like this. Just swim back and forth, back and forth.
Last weekend, they were vacationing in Rockport and were alone in the pool. That's when her 78-year-old great-grandmother went under in the deep end.
She was drowning. She was trying to swim because she can't swim. She was trying to swim to the edge and she couldn't because she was struggling, and then I helped her.
Thank God for this little girl. I did ask her, you know, why did she stay by me? And she said, Grandma, there was nobody else to save you.
After Carly helped her safely get to the edge of the pool, she ran to get help.
I got her to the edge. I went out and knocked on the door till I got my papa and told my papa what happened.
Diana Diaz, 7 News.
She's so cute. All right, a rush to rescue 2 children in Texas stuck inside a hot car. A 4-year-old girl in Corpus Christi managed to lock herself and her 2-year-old sibling inside the car. It was an accident, of course. The mother had just gotten another child out of the car when the whole thing happened. Police arriving quickly, breaking the window to get to the kids.
We had to break the back window just for their safety because the South Texas heat, it's really dangerous even for just a few minutes.
Police want to warn residents to be cautious when you're getting multiple children out of the car. I'm sure she can think about that now. The mother did not receive a citation because police say it was an accident. The children were checked out and are said to be okay.
I've heard people suggest maybe two sets of keys. You just try to keep one on you all the time and one in the car, but that's, as a busy mom, I was going to say, that's a lot to remember. Glad it all worked out, obviously. Still to come here from 7 News, they're golden and they are in the groove. Your Miami Heat looking for some fresh new talent to shake their stuff on the court.
Ooh. Plus, what will $1 million buy you in New York City? I don't know.
Not much.
A couple of bags of chips. A diamond-encrusted Cartier men's watch. That's what you'll get. Yeah. A small fleet of Bentleys, or maybe just your very own parking spot. We're going to talk about money coming up next.
A routine is a dangerous thing. It lulls you into a false sense of living. And there's not enough caffeine in the world to slap you out of that REM cycle. Fortunately, they make very effective alarm clocks. Wake up. Test drive one.
Current non-GM lessees. Lease this 2014 CTS for around $429 per month. Visit your Cadillac dealer for details.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Now get 2 rooms and a haul of carpet for just $99.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
When you smoke, it affects more than just your health. I love to dance. That's something that I handed down to my family. I was pretty good at it too, before my doctor told me that secondhand smoke at work caused me to have asthma attacks, infections, and lung damage. And I never smoked.
For a free 2-week starter kit of nicotine patches, call 1-877-YOU-CAN now.
What happens to your internet when everybody's online at once?
It's very frustrating.
Run into bandwidth issues.
Xfinity delivers the fastest and most reliable in-home Wi-Fi. I bet we can have all 3 of these guys on their devices and download our favorite HD show. You're going to be impressed.
Never seen something download that fast.
Everyone can be on their devices all at the same time.
So, flipping fast.
Get the fastest in-home Wi-Fi with Xfinity Internet. You can't get that with UVerse. Or get started for $19.99 a month for a year. See for yourself. Call 855-215-FAST today.
The NFL and Papa John's. Like fast guys in slow motion, they just go together. This season, make game day even better with Papa John's.
And now, get a large 2-topping pizza and a mega chocolate chip cookie for just $15.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
So, should our next car be a Camry?
Ooh, that's nice.
Or the Camry?
Ooh, the Camry.
So it came down the wire, but I decided to go with the Camry. Over what? The Camry. Wow.
Camry? I mean, they're both great.
For people who've owned a Camry, there's really no decision. They usually get another Camry.
Is it a Camry or a Camry? No, I'm so nervous.
Find out why people keep coming back to the Toyota Camry again and again. Get a 2-year, no-cost maintenance lease on a new Toyota Camry SE for $189 a month. Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, Mike, you've lived there. Parking in New York City is no easy task. And when you find a good one, a space, it could be pricey, like really pricey. So how much would you be willing to pay for a parking spot in the Big Apple?
Sometimes upwards of $1 million is what we're talking about. Lydia Serrani shows us some pricey parking.
If you've ever driven in Manhattan, then you know that it can sometimes take a half hour to go 1 block, and parking spots are few and far between. A new 10-unit residential development now going up in Soho is banking on a parking spot being such a hot amenity. It's selling spots for $1 million each. Check out this very realistic rendering of what the luxury building and its parking spots will look like. If you had the money,
If you were multi-millionaire?
Probably not. No.
Crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous when you consider the comps. The average cost for a parking spot in Manhattan is still an expensive $140,000.
Clearly, we're out of sync with the rest of the country, and that's really nothing new.
Jonathan Miller is a real estate appraiser. He says the parking spot price is so steep because parking here is so scarce. So while the $1 million would be a record breaker, it is possible.
I think when you associate an amenity like parking with a multi-million-dollar purchase, it kind of gets lost to the shuffle. It's not as big of a number when you're buying a $20, $30, $40 million apartment.
The penthouse here is going for about $25 million. John from Tennessee says he's glad he's just visiting.
I think that's ridiculous. I can't believe $1 million.
Yeah, what could it buy in Tennessee?
It could buy you a town. You can still buy a house for $50,000 in Tennessee.
The underground spot will be a generous 200 square feet. Do the math, that's about $5,000 a square foot. By the way, the average American home goes for $218,000. In Soho, I'm Lydia Serrani, Fox News.
Now, 7 weather with Chief Meteorologist Phil Farrow.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. We're looking at a gray day. Already some areas with a lot of heavy rainfall, all due to an area of low pressure by the Bahamas. This is completely different. We have a brand new tropical depression, number 6, way out in the far eastern Atlantic, 35-mile-per-hour winds, almost 1,000 miles away of the Cape Verde Islands. Now let me show you how far that is away from us. Here we are. We have to travel all the way across the Atlantic Ocean, almost 3,000 miles away. There's the area of low pressure. It will continue to track towards the northwest. Now there's a possibility that by tomorrow it could become Tropical Storm Edward, and then it could eventually, by the early part of next week, become a hurricane. 85-mile-an-hour winds here, but that's as close as it's going to get to any land. There's Bermuda. It'll continue to turn away into the cold waters of the northern Atlantic. Now, as we move away from TD number 6 back home here across South Florida, there's the area of low pressure. The National Hurricane Center is watching it, giving it a 30% chance that it could become a depression or a tropical storm over the next 5 days as it moves west. Some very strong upper-level winds to the north should help keep it in check. I think what we will see mostly across South Florida will be rain. Already plenty of it moving across Palm Beach, now into Broward County, Miami-Dade, seeing pockets of heavy rainfall. This will be the norm over the next 24 to 48 hours. Most of the models are suggesting it'll cut across South Florida into the Gulf of Mexico. A few here take it back into the Gulf Coast. Only one takes it all the way out across central Mexico. Now here's what we can expect. Coastal storms tonight, seas of 1 to 2 feet, Biscayne Bay smooth. For you throughout the Florida Keys, the wind will be variable. Seas beyond the reef, only 1 to 2 feet. This system is not going to be big as far as the wind department is concerned. Next high tide 11:19 tonight, 12:23 across the lower Keys. Sunrise 7:06. So for tonight, a good chance for some rain. Overnight lows in the 70s to right around 80. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy. We could see tropical downpours at any time during the day. Highs in the upper 80s. And here's your extended outlook. If that area of low pressure slows down, we could be soggy here at least through Monday. And that's your 7 on 7 forecast.
All right, Phil.
All right. What's the best strategy when a public figure is booed?
Guess it depends on the context.
Yes, it does.
Justin Bieber tried an unusual one the other night and ended up in his skivvies. Jeannie Mose has more on Justin Bieber.
What to do when you arrive on stage to booze?
I actually don't feel...
The boos for Justin Bieber at the telecast of Fashion Rocks were even louder from the back. But Bieber didn't get embarrassed. He didn't get angry. What he got was undressed. And with a tug at his boxer briefs, was Justin through? Nah.
Is that better? so much. Thank you, Justin.
When the shirt came off, the squeals of delight drowned out the booze. And then Bieber started to vamp. Strike a pose. Hoda Kotb was in the audience.
I felt bad for him, I really did, because when you're sitting there and you're watching a kid get booed on stage.
And why did he walk out with such a tall model?
I know. He looked, he looked shrimpy a little.
Yeah.
Nothing shrimpy about that six-pack. Most celebs, like Charlie Sheen, ignore or joke about getting booed. Katy Perry, booed for arriving late to a fashion show, gave as good as she got. But Bieber's strategy was summed up in a tweet. Grandma always said, kill him with kindness and then strip on live national TV. LOL. Bieber tweeted that his striptease was not planned, but it's worth noting that Calvin Klein was an official sponsor of the show. And the strip sure sounded scripted.
I actually don't feel comfortable unless I'm in my Calvin, so.
Bieber's strip introduced models parading on stage while Rita Ora sang Bowie's Fashion. But not everyone was booing Bieber. Get out your earplugs. A fan barely able to control her camera, all because when booed, Justin Bieber didn't just take it, he took it off. Ginny Mo, CNN. New York.
Recently, there's been a recall on metal-on-metal hip implants by various manufacturers. Some signs of problems may include pain, swelling, grinding, popping, or even loss of function. Even without these symptoms, some serious health risks may occur. My name is Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. If you've had any of these implants installed, you may be entitled to compensation for pain and suffering. Please call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE for a consultation.
In every job he's ever had, Rick Scott has ducked the truth. While his company was committing Medicare fraud,
I don't recall.
He pled the fifth 75 times and wouldn't even confirm his signature.
It looks like my signature, but what's your question?
And now he's doing it again.
But I don't think you're answering